Welcome to our first April episode of Lead Like a Coach. Today I want to talk about dynasties. Dynasties I define as teams or organizations or companies that have sustained excellence over a long period of time, years and in some cases decades. In sports, teams like the New York Yankees from the 1920s through the 1960s was a dynasty. The New England Patriots under the leadership of Bill Belichick. In college men's basketball, UCLA in the 1970s that won 10 national championships over 11 years. In women's basketball, it's programs like the University of Tennessee Lady Vols, UConn, and Stanford University that have sustained that excellence over decades. In rugby, in New Zealand, it's the All Blacks that have had dominance in the sport of rugby across the world. In business, it's companies personified by the classic book from Jim Collins called Good to Great. Companies that aren't just good, but they're great. And that's continued in a second book that Collins wrote called Built to Last. So what are some qualities of a dynasty? What are some qualities? Well, first of all, they're aligned by a common purpose and mission. The entire organization is aligned to that singular purpose or mission towards excellence. Secondly, their employees, their players in sports are well taught, they're well coached. They are equipped to do their job and do it well. And then they're empowered. They're empowered. They're not micromanaged. They're empowered because they have been equipped to do their job at a high level. And then they're empowered to do their job. And then Bill Belichick says it all the time, do your job. If you want to be excellent, if you want to create a dynasty, it starts with your people doing their job and doing it with excellence day in and day out. They take action and then their leaders hold them accountable to the high standards that organization has. And then lastly, it's not just the leaders that lead in a dynasty. It's the players in sports. It's the employees within the organization, within the company that hold themselves and their teammates to a higher standard of excellence than the norm. And they're very frequently saying to people that get outside the boundaries of those standards of excellence, that's not how we do things here. We do things this way. And that kind of internal peer leadership is invaluable. And when you have that momentum, that synergy, that symphonic excellence that occurs throughout the organization, throughout the company, throughout the team, then you begin to have sustained excellence over a period of time. You begin to have success year in and year out at the highest level. You're the best of the best in your industry. You're at the top of the standings in sports. You become known for the level of excellence in your daily, weekly, monthly, and annual performance. And then over the years and even over the decades, a dynasty is formed by sustaining excellence over a long period of time. It's something we aspire to, but it's very difficult. As a coach in basketball for over 30 years, I understood, as well as coaches across all the sports worldwide understand, it's much more difficult to sustain excellence in a dynastic situation than it is to build a loser into a winner. It takes energy, it takes hard work, and it's very systematic in its process of developing that kind of sustained excellence over a long period of time. It's something we aspire to, but we have to plan to do that. We have to work at it on a daily basis. We have to put in hard work, and we have to teach and inculcate a culture within our organization that begins to foster a high standard of excellence day in and day out.